Hello and welcome to another pick a card reading. I know I've been gone for a while, but I'm back. I have 4 cards here. This is another yes or no reading. I am thinking about not having the yes or the no cards in my readings, or maybe I can do like at the end a yes or no kind of like mini pick a card where I have a couple different cards. I'm not quite sure how well the reading goes with the yes or no. I think there's a lot of people on here and maybe they're in for specific reasons and maybe the yes and the no doesn't quite fit. Or I could just not do it. Please let me know. I love the feedback and I love making readings that, resonate with you and that you all enjoy. Okay, so here are the cards that I have today. All the cards I use in my readings are down below in the comments, so feel free to check it out. For pile 1, I have a tall tale, and I'll show that to you at the end. Pile 2, I have the power of purpose. Pile 3, I have body and soul. And pile 4, I have great big love. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards and then feel free to pause it, take your time, see what card resonates with you. That's pile 1, the tall tale. I hope you can see this and the light's not everywhere. Pile 2, the power of purpose. I am in a new setup, so I can, change things around as well. Pile 3, body and soul. I do apologize if the sound is off. This is my first time in a long time, and I'm in a different room with a different setup, a different microphone. Great big love. Perfect. Take your time, and I'll see you at your readings. Hello and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we're going to do a yes or no reading. I'm going to shuffle the cards and get the theme of the reading. So here it is, card 1, a tall tale. So this card is about denial, concealing the truth so you can manipulate and control the situation. Wow, that's a lot, eh? Fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind, not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words, learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. You or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. You always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. When you lie, you get a high on an illusionary sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. And for this, I'm just reading the book. Here, I'll open it for you. You feel driven by the fear of exposure, but something makes you stick to your story even though you know it has no substance. Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we wouldn't be doing. Remember the saying, the truth will always set you free. Get ready to fly unfettered. Today, ask for the truth, be willing to pay the price, and be okay with the vulnerability. So that's a really heavy start. I'm going to go through and get some kind of clarification cards for you, and then we're going to get into the reading. Okay, so we have 8 of Swords reversed. I don't tend to read them reversed, but we will make a note of it. I know some people hate that. Judgment here, and then I have this one as well, 10 of Cups reversed. I don't tend to read them reversed, so we're going to put them up, but I will take that into consideration, for the reading as well. But so what I'm seeing here with these cards, the overall situation for the people who have picked pile 1 is that some of you are lying to yourself. This reading, this time in your life is kind of like a time of reckoning, of like seeing the clarity of the situation. And there's some reflection going on here as well. The tall tale, this is either you are, realizing that someone has been kind of telling you, maybe not necessarily the full truth, or maybe they've been telling you like what they think that you want to hear. And for some of you, it's yourself. Maybe you're lying to yourself about something. Maybe you thought you were okay with something and you realize that no, you're not. And you have to come to that, you know, that place where you can admit that, you know, maybe there's something that you haven't been doing. Maybe you want to go back to school, or maybe you want to date someone that, you know, maybe you don't think your family will approve of. Maybe you want to move cities and you feel obligated. Maybe you want to change jobs, but you know, the job that you have, you know, maybe it pays well, or maybe it doesn't, or, you know, there's something that maybe you're doing in your life that doesn't necessarily align with, you know, where you want to be or who you feel is your authentic self. And that's where the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Cups comes in right here. Because the 10 of Cups, that is, you know, that is about having our happily ever after. That's where we have our family, our happiness. That is just a place of bliss and contentment. And some of you aren't, and maybe you don't see a way to get there because it was, you know, reversed. Maybe you don't see a way to get there, or maybe you're not fully aware of how to get there, or maybe the life you're currently living doesn't match the one you want to live. And that's where there's this disconnect between, you know, I want something different, right? I'm getting that, like, you want something different than what you have right now. And that's where this tall tale comes in, because maybe you're telling yourself that narrative, or, you know, you're listening to someone who's telling you things that maybe they think you want to hear, but there is that, you know, that you're not living the life in some way that you wish that you were. And the 8 of Swords here tells me that there might be some, you know, imprisonment, or you feel stuck there, because it's reversed. So you're starting to see some, you know, new perspectives coming through here. You're starting to see maybe how you have kind of trapped yourself, or you've been trapped in something, and maybe you're telling yourself these, you know, these white lies, or these things that make you feel better to stay in something that's no longer working for you. So that's kind of the main energy I'm getting for pile 1. And we're going to go into what you can control, like your internal influences, and what you can't control. So this is your internal influences, what you can control, and you have the power to make the decision here. That's what I'm seeing with the 2 of Pentacles, that you have the ability to decide. So there's a lot of agency coming through in this reading, which I think is why the overwhelming feeling that I got with this is that you are telling yourself that you're okay where you are, but deep down you don't feel like you are. And this is what you can't control. Okay. So we have the Sun, Queen of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. So there is a move here for some of you, whether it be mental, because swords can be the mind, or it's physical, because the 6 of Swords can be like a physical move, crossing a water, changing house, changing jobs. There could be some of you came here because something kind of clarified itself to you. Maybe some kind of information became known, or maybe you got like an acceptance to a new job or a new school or something. And that's there, that's real, that's happening. And it would be a major change. And there's this need to kind of, you know, should have got off the pot with it. For some of you, that's there. The Sun could also be, you know, you can't control that there is something that came to light that clarified itself, right? Because the Sun can be, you know, clarification as well, but in a good way, about something that you want, right? That you need to go for. What you can control is that you have the decision to make this happen or not happen based on your actions. You can control what you do. There is a strong sense of agency coming through in this reading. The 2 of Pentacles is about, you know, weighing choices, juggling a lot of things. I know it's not technically like the choice, that would be more the 2 of Swords, or I guess the Lovers could be kind of choice or decisions. But that's the strong feeling I got, is that, you know, there is this, you're juggling a lot, and maybe you can't hold it all, and maybe that's kind of where we get with you know, something has to change here. We also see a ship here, another ship here. So I see like on one shoulder, one thing you're juggling is this, whatever this is that you came here to ask about, and the other one, you know, is what you've currently been doing, or where you currently are. And then we have temperaments. Again, there's a 2 cups, so there's the juggling, the choice is really coming through here with the temperaments. And for some of you, you will be walking this middle path for a while. and maybe you don't want to get off the middle path. Maybe you want to kind of not make a decision because making a decision is final. And again, there's the Lovers coming through on the back of the deck. Sometimes I look at the back of the deck to kind of see an overreaching like feeling of it. And there's that choice coming through. Relationships is coming up here as well for a lot of you. Again, we have the two, right? Coming through here. And now I'm going to ask some advice cards. I pull a couple cards and just see what, you know, the cards want to give me. So I don't normally pull this many cards. Every one was supposed to be one, but you know, what jumps out, jumps out. We have Lilith, Independence, and this is really giving me Queen of Swords vibes. Like I was really getting that, the one with the sword here coming through strongly earlier. And we have Lilith, Independence, and then Maya, Illusion. Again, there's that illusion that some of you might be, you know, realizing that something's no longer working, or maybe you were doing something that isn't gonna be what you thought it was, and that's really strongly coming through, breaking through of that illusion. And I feel like a lot of you just don't want to make an action with that knowledge yet. We have compassion, so this is the reminder to have compassion with yourself, and then healing. Yeah, because we as people, we do the best that we can with the knowledge that we have at the time. And all we can do is be compassionate with ourselves for making the choices and doing the things that we do with the information that we have. And I'm seeing here that not everyone had all the information, or maybe things just changed. You know, the future, yeah, your vision of the future could have changed. Life just changes sometimes, and that's okay. Okay, so one more of these for advice. Stand up for yourself. And I'm just going to say it again. I know this is, it could be wands more, but like I love the, you know, having the sword there with the red nails, like the roses. Like stand up for yourself, do what's best for you. Whatever that, I'm just going to stick it here because this is really just giving me Queen of Swords vibes. Yeah, and maybe that's doing what's best for you. Okay, I didn't want two, but we got two. Slow down and rest, you need it. Purple's coming through here as a strong color, and I feel like this kind of goes here. Be compassionate, focus on self-care, take care of yourself. Write down your goals and dream big. Again, we have the book coming through, the writing coming through. Some of you need to really, you know, journal. See what you want with life, see where you want to go with this situation. And the tall tale could also just be maybe some of you want to be writers. It could be as simple as that. This is the last advice card. Okay, books are coming through here again. This is too many cards, so I don't think I'm going to take them all. We're going to stick with the first one, the books that came up. I think that this is confirmation that some of you do want to write. Maybe it's a story, maybe it's poetry, maybe it's something else creative, but that is very strongly coming through here. Okay. Okay, I hope that made sense. We're going to pull a yes or no card from the pile, and then I'm going to pull two final outcome cards. This is honestly way too many cards. I did not intend to have this many cards. It's just kind of what came out. So these are the outcome cards of, you know, if you follow the path that you're most likely on. Okay. 8 of Swords comes up again. So this is very immediate. It's not really giving an outcome. It's not really giving, you know, what's probably going to happen. And I think that I'll take that. 4 of Wands. Kind of reversed. So I think this is, you know, saying that some of you have to make that decision or make the choice or take the action to get there. Because, like, you know, this happiness celebration, this, it can be a party as well. Like maybe it's like, all your family around you, like maybe there's a party, a birthday or a graduation or something that could come of this if you get there. But there's this need, you know, to get out of the 8 of Swords energy. Like you feel stuck, but this reading is telling me that you're not. You have agency. Get out of it. Take those first few steps and move forward in whatever way that is. For each of you, it'll be different. Each of you, this question is different. And I take it back. I will read them reversed. I didn't want to, but this is saying yes, it will happen, remarkably so. So whatever you are asking about, this is a yes. That could be good, that could be bad. For everyone, this is different. So I will leave it there. I am going to do one final little card pull, just to anyone who wants to stay for that. This is just whatever the cards want to say to whoever's watching. I kind of just pull them randomly and see where they lie. Okay, that's good. So we're going to do this one first because it's upright. We have this on compassion and dreams, climbing towards success. So some of you are working towards success with this reading. This is something that, you know, you can take active steps towards and you will see a lot of improvement. Let's see what we have under here. Happiness. Be careful, do not take risks. Okay, so there's going to be happiness coming through here as you move towards success, but just be careful, be mindful. You know, take your time, slow down, right? Take your time, slow down. There's no rush, and that's the energy I'm getting with that one. This is on illusions, the celebration and independence, danger, especially in money matters. So that's coming through for some of you. Again, this isn't for everyone. This is just for, you know, 1 or 2 people maybe. Apple, temptation will test you. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Okay, so there's something new happening for some of you. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Okay, so money is coming through here for a lot of you. Doesn't mean it has to be dramatic. It could just be, you know, there's an unexplained expense coming up. These cards are a lot more dramatic than they really are, should be or need to be. You need to defend yourself. Yeah, and that's coming through. You need to do what's best for yourself here. Like, you need to really make sure that whatever you do with regards to this is, you know, best for you. Okay, pile 1, that's what I'm getting for you. I hope you enjoy your reading. Thanks for watching. Oh, and all the links to the decks are going to be down below for you. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your pick a card reading. We're going to start our yes or no reading by picking the overall theme. The power of purpose. Now, like I did with pile 1, I'm going to find the book and I'm going to read that to you. Key concepts: individuation, seeing your unique place in the world, a clear sense of authentic purpose, healthy self-esteem, letting go of conditioning, celebrating your uniqueness, you being you. That's really nice, eh? That's a really good and just warm feeling to this reading. There comes a time when you realize that you are destined for something that is yours and yours alone. The catalyst might be an experience with a special person, a path you choose, or something you feel called to. I'm going to leave this for you to read. I will read the last paragraph though. The discipline and will to evolve are yours by nature. The process doesn't have to be a struggle. You cannot fail if you immerse yourself fully in what is in front of you. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. You never have to seek your purpose or wonder what it is. Just keep removing the blocks to your essential self and your purpose will find you. It's that easy. What a wonderful thing to know. Oh, I love that for you, pile 2. So what this is telling me off the bat is that a lot of you are asking a question that relates to you, to, you know, your dreams, your goals, things that will make you happy or feel, you know, full. So with that, we're going to get 2 kind of clarifying cards. We have Strength. 4 of Swords came up here reversed. I'm going to tuck this back in. I will make a note of that though when I do the readings. Okay. We're going to keep 10 of Swords reversed out. We also have Death here reversed. King of Coins, I'm not going to keep out. If this is for someone specific, it's for you. I will say what that means though. because I feel like that might be for someone specific. Maybe there's something in your life that's kind of not becoming what you thought it was. This is material situations, money, wealth, nature, finances, anything material. It could also be someone in your life that's being a little stingy. You know, it could be a boss that's not giving you a raise, you know, something along those lines. But it could be very specific for one specific person. And what I'm seeing here is that there's a change that's kind of forcing itself to happen with the Death card over there and the Ten of Swords. Like, things can't get any worse with the Ten of Swords. Like, it's already gotten bad. And that could be kind of where you are with the Power of Purpose, right? Maybe it's like you're at this point where you have to, you know, change something to make it better. Or maybe you're at a point where you've lived a life that is not, you know, doesn't feel like yours or what's authentic to you. And you're at a point now where it's, well, we need to muster all of our strength, all of our, you know, willpower to change and do what's right for you, even if you're doing a full 180 on this. And I am getting this fear of stagnation with Death. Like, it's almost like there's this inner drive to, you know, to make that change, to find what you want. Maybe you don't know what you want out of this question yet. Maybe some of you do and some of you don't. And there's just you know, fear of maybe the change not happening, that it should have happened by now. Like, why are you still in a situation that's been going on for so long, right? With the Ten of Swords, and the Strength says that you have been mustering all of your, you know, all of your strength, all of your, you know, ability to continue with this, right? Because Strength, it's about our inner courage, our compassion, you know, our ability to really handle a situation, right? Well enough to try and make your outcome happen. Like, I'm seeing you really trying to fix this, to make this change happen. And for some of you, it just seems like it's taking its dang time, right? So that's kind of the theme that I'm getting for this reading. I'm going to pull some cards here. And this is what you can control. Two of Cups. That's the energy that you can control. And this is the energy that you can't control. Okay, so some of you have, you know, you're here from pile 1. Maybe you watched it and you're like, okay, but like, I want that to happen. Why hasn't it happened yet? And we're getting the 3 of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Sun coming up here. Okay, and if you have watched it, then the 2 make sense here. I think we had several 2s in the last reading. And again, we have the patience here. We have the clarity here. So some of you are like, okay, like, I know what this is. I know what I want. I know, you know, maybe even you know how to make it happen, but yet it still hasn't, even though you've been trying. And Temperance is telling me here that there's some patience that has to happen, and a middle path that has to be found. And I think this is a little interesting here. I'm just gonna, for some of you, this can be relationships. Some of you, this can be love. This is the card of like relationships, but there's 2 cups and there's 2 cups. And so I don't think that this is taking the time it's taking because of anything that you're doing. Like, there is this like energy of like, please have this happen. Like, why isn't it happening, coming through with the Death card. You know, there's just the 3 of Pentacles tells me that things haven't aligned yet. Just quite. Maybe some of you, maybe some of you are going to school and you've been accepted, you have accepted the program, but you have to wait for it to start, right? Like, there could just be something like that going on. And then we have the patience coming through here, you know, the careful handling of it. And this is just telling me that things haven't quite lined up yet. The dominoes haven't fallen quite right for this to happen yet. 3 of Pentacles is also like disorganization. Usually it's like a work as well coming through. I don't know why I keep putting in like the school or work, because there's definitely some people here who are here for relationships. And so the 3 of Pentacles is really like a work or school card, because it's money, finances. It's kind of like working at mastering something. And reversed is showing about lack of disorganization, maybe a team conflict. Maybe things aren't, again, they're not quite aligning. And maybe this is about relationships here. For some of you, it very much is going to be. But yeah, I get work and school a lot coming through. So now we're going to pull some advice cards. These are kind of just whatever the cards want to tell you, but you kind of put them more towards advice. So we have potential and the sun. Yeah, like the sun coming up twice here tells me that there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of opportunity for this to work very, very well for you. For some people, this is, you want a yes, some of you want a no. But there's a lot of clarity coming through here, a lot of positivity kind of coming in here. Things are kind of making sense. Things will work out for a lot of you in the way that you want, whether that be a yes or a no. And there's a lot of potential here. There's just a need for some patience and to continue kind of like gracefully handling the situation. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. Some of you need to be more vocal about what you want, what you need. Some of you want to be singers. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. Yeah, so like you deserve this. Some of you just need to be more like a go-getter, go after what you want. And for some of you, you know, you just kind of need to acknowledge that you've worked very hard, put a lot of effort, like you've earned it. You put a work into whatever this is. And you can acknowledge that, right? You can have a voice, right? Like you can have a voice if you need to, you know, say things, get needs met, you know, get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. Seek comfort in those who are close to your heart. So these are just advice cards. Some of you, there is relationship coming through here, but I think a lot of you, this is school, work, money, you know, self goals, things like that, hobbies, writing, singing is coming through here as well. Go back to a way that was, or in a way that's more simple. Maybe get closer to your family that maybe you haven't seen in a while, or reconnect with some old friends. That's also coming through here. Okay, so I'm going to pull the yes or the no card now, and then we're going to go into any final like outcomes or things to know as we move forward. Oh, is this a yes or no? So we have 3 cards pop up. Let's see what they are. It's for the best that it doesn't, so that's a no. When you least expect it, a careless mistake will cost you. Okay, so those kind of look like it's a no. And some of you might be a bit surprised or shocked by that. Take this with a grain of salt. There's a lot of people watching this, and for some of you this will be a yes and this will be a no. You can read that into the other cards as well. I always find it, you know, a bit hard to kind of pick these, because to just say yes or no, you know, sometimes when I used to watch these before I filmed them, I would pick like a pile for like the reading and then pick a pile for the yes or the no. Because it's, you know, this isn't going to be for everyone specifically, unless you pick this reading, me like, I want to know that kind of thing. But for some of you, this will make a lot of sense. Okay, and this is kind of the final advice, anything that you need to know. And some of you are very happy with the no. 10 of Cups reversed. Yeah, I think some of you from pile 1 are watching this pile. For sure. For sure, some of you are watching this pile from pile 1. I hope this brings some more clarity here. Yeah, I'm seeing that some of you aren't, you know, you aren't really happy with kind of where you are, or what the outcome of why you're here, like what brought you here. Is there something that is disillusioning? And some of you, this is a family thing, and it's not necessarily positive. The 10 of Cups is quite negative, you know, shattered dreams sort of thing, because the 10 of Cups is one of the most positive cards in the deck. Now, I don't see this as necessarily negative, because the Queen of Swords is telling me that there is some clarity when you're viewing this. Something isn't working for you, and that's why you're here. The Queen of Pentacles tells me that there is a way forward from this. Some of you, this might mean something very specific, but that is what came up. Some of you definitely came from pile 2. Okay, so we are going to pull these if you want to stay for these. These are just random. These won't be for everyone. These are just very specific readings. Okay, let's see if we can get anything else. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we have a timing come up here. Some of you, you're coming here because you're asking about something that happened in January, and some of you, this will happen next January. If you watch pile 1, you'll get the Pinocchio reference from this. There's also some slow movement with the cold and the ice here. Then we have Cup. You should accept valid criticism. Yeah, so if there's something that you kind of don't want to hear, even if it's yourself telling it to you, you know, accept it. But also I kind of want to, this kind of gives me the stripes from here. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. It's giving me like the stripe vibe, you know, that Japanese pottery where they take the gold and they kind of glue it back together, the broken pottery with gold. It's very much giving me that energy here. Flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. Clouds, temporary problems. Also in Lenormand, this can mean confusion, doubt, and things are being obscured. So maybe you don't really necessarily know how to get out of whatever this is. Maybe you want the change to happen, and maybe I didn't mention that. You want this change to happen, but you don't quite know how to get it. And there's this feeling of like disorganization around you because you're not quite sure what to work on or what to change or how to make the first steps. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. But there are better times coming. So even if you feel not stuck, but like lost, things are getting better. We're seeing that with the Ten of Swords here. Like, it can't get worse. We're seeing that with the strength and the compassion and the sun coming up. Some of you really need to kind of take a step and get back in contact with who, like, you know, your inner authentic self, some old friends, some old families here coming through here as well. Okay, pile 2, I hope that made sense, and I hope that was a good reading. Please let me know in the comments down below. And have a great day. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot? Goldfish. Okay, so this is I wonder if this is kind of for some of you what you're not quite noticing, because I completely missed it, and like I was looking right at it. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Dog, pleasure with a close friend. Yeah, so maybe there's someone that, you know, maybe you haven't met them yet. It's a new job or a new school you're going to, or maybe it's someone you haven't talked to in a while, or maybe it's someone who's going to reach out, or you could reach out to, that maybe you haven't, it hasn't even crossed your mind to do it, right? Maybe this is something that you haven't even, like, you didn't even think was an option. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you guys, pile 2. Thanks for watching. All of the decks I used are down below as well. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your pick a card reading. We're doing another yes or no reading. Okay, so we have 2. We're going to use this as the main one. This is kind of like our overall theme for the reading. Body and soul. A powerful move. Okay, so this is, if anyone's into numbers or numerology, this is a 5 and this is a 15. I thought that was neat, and they're both purples, which I think is nice because not every card in here is a purple, right? They're all different colors. Just gonna put this here because we're using those next, but I am gonna read these for you like I did for the other piles. Okay, so we have body and soul. Taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package, body not separate from soul, centered in yourself, comfortable in your body, your authentic identity, and physical health. I'm going to leave this here for you to read. Just give it a pause. Extreme self-care is called for when you receive this card. Answer truthfully. Are you taking care of yourself? I'm going to skip to the end. Just know that life loves you with that in mind. Your job is to do your part to make your experience a healthy one. Put yourself first, then everything will fall beautifully into place. And then that's the main one. So this reading for a lot of you is about putting yourself first, what things for yourself, your hobbies, maybe a career change. This is all about you and something that is very important to you. A powerful move. Action, movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intention, making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place, positive change. Awesome. I'll leave that for you. Just give it a pause. So we're going to get some just clarifying information, and there's a lot going on here, a lot of reversals. With the Queen of Coins reversed, to me, this is saying that some of you aren't kind of living to, you aren't living how you wish you were. Maybe you're living for others, or maybe you're doing things that you think you should be doing. And then we have the World here also reversed. And because of that, because you're not living, maybe you're not, everyone is different, but you're not living to your authentic self with the Queen of Coins here. And this is about our mind and our body as well, our physical self. This is also about, I guess swords are mind, but intellect, but this is our body, our physical self, our wealth, our finances, our jobs, that kind of thing. And there's an incompleteness. You're not getting there. Maybe there's an emptiness. Maybe you don't feel like this is proper for you or right for you. And that's very strongly coming through here. And then we have Knight of Coins as well. And that's just kind of movement, like the movement towards all of this. And the Knight of Swords is, you maybe are putting all this work in, and you've been doing it for a very long time and you're not getting anywhere, right? Or maybe it's, you're kind of working away and you're not seeing any progress. It's just nothing is really happening with the Knight of Coins there. I know the Queen of Coins can be like indulgence or like self-centeredness, but I don't think that's what it is here, because this theme is telling you to focus on yourself. So I don't see how it could be self-centeredness if you're being asked to focus on yourself. So I view it more as like you're especially with the World and the Knight of Cups, you're not quite getting there. It's like you're not embodying the Queen of Coins upright, and that's really coming through here. Okay, so we're gonna pull some cards here. These are okay. 10 of Swords reversed. Some of you watching this are like, well, how can I do that? Like, this terrible thing happened. Okay, and then 9 of Swords reversed. Yeah, exactly. Some of you are in situations where you can't make this change, and it's well, like, how can you? Like, how can you do it? You're stuck. And for some of you, you feel stuck in your head. The 9 of Swords is very often like anxiety, and I'm not a doctor or anything, but it's very much like you're in your head, like, what can go wrong? All the obstacles you have to do, all the steps you have to take, and maybe it just feels very overwhelming, like a lot of work, and maybe you don't quite know how to get there. And some of you are coming from like, ground zero. This is like the dark side, what is that? The dark side of the moon. Some of you are starting from zero, and you have to overcome so much to get there. So I can see why there is just this like, well, but how? You can control your mindset. What's coming through here. And I'm going to pull an extra card for you on that, because I know that that's going to sound really, it's not going to sound, not what everyone wants to hear. Okay, so we're going to ask some advice on this. And we have nature. Yeah, right over the body and soul with the lily pads. Some of you maybe someone here is watching all of these in this reading. Readings are for you in different ways. Yeah, nature. So be grounded. Focus on grounding yourself. Maybe get in touch with nature. Maybe go for walks. A new day. Take it one day at a time. You can control your mindset, and you can control how you view situations. And I know that's not necessarily the most helpful advice, because some situations, like, you can change your mindset, but it's still like a bad situation, and you are in a bad situation. So I think that advice is not the greatest advice, but it's what the cards are saying with the 9 of Swords here coming through. But you can't control the fact that you're in a real kerfuffle. Death and magic. Don't be afraid to sing. Okay, I know when I was talking about nature, my voice kind of went out, and it did remind me of pile 2 with this card. But I didn't mention it, but they are definitely connected. So if you are someone who's watching all of them for different reasons, I would go back and really focus on that part of the reading, because that might help move forward here. Some of you are having money problems for sure coming through here. But center your attentions with your heart and soul. Don't be afraid to, you know, make your voice known, do what's best for you. Maybe some of you want to read or write or get a new job or do something involving your voice. And death and magic is coming through. Death, I think, is, you know, that's just a change. That's, you know, new beginnings out with the old, even if it's a painful ending, and with the new coming through here. And then magic tells me that there is, you know, there's going to be synchronicities and luck is going to be on your side with this. Any challenges you're facing can be overcome. Yeah, so even if you feel like you have mountains of hills to overcome, you can do it. You 100% can do it. Even if you feel like you can't, right? You feel like there's no way you can make this happen. I'm getting a yes, you can, even though it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, and it's going to be long. And this may just be an entire new chapter of your life where you are putting yourself first, your needs first, in any way that you can. Okay, so we're going to pull a yes or no card. This was a lot less cards. See, all the other times I got a bunch of cards coming out. Yes, sooner than expected. Okay, that's coming through. Again, take this card with a grain of salt. This one won't be for everyone. I just like pulling them. I might not do it for every readings. Let me know if you like it or not. I'm unsure. And this is Lovers reversed. This is for some of you, not all of you, coming through. Okay, I just need, there we go. I'm going to pull one more because I feel like there wasn't. Okay. Okay, so this can be indecision, an inability to make a choice. Sometimes lovers is like a choice needs to be happening. Maybe you're unable to make a choice. Maybe you need to make a choice that you can't make, or you don't really want to make it. Maybe this is the ending of a relationship, but that's coming through for some of you. And for these, we have the Hanged Man. And this is kind of, it's a time to move, right? The Hanged Man is about waiting for the right time, but it's about active waiting. But this is telling me it's time to kind of move, right? Make that move. King of Swords is coming through here. And Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you, especially like with the lovers, some of you, this is a relationship and it's time to move. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. The Queen of Coins came up reversed twice for you guys. Okay. So some of you, you are coming through here in the, like these cards I pulled, these are kind of like the outcome, like, you know, what's going to happen, or like what should you do kind of thing. Yeah. And some of you need to kind of, you know, make this right side up, right? You need to make sure you take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. Take care of your finances. Take care of your future, right? Set your intentions. You can overcome everything, right? Like if you're somewhere where you're not putting yourself first for, you know, whatever reason, it's just saying that you really need to do that. There is some big change here that you need to kind of allow to come in, or take the steps to come in, because you're kind of sitting here, and I think if you're watching this, I think you kind of know. And the Hangman could be needless sacrifice as well. Like maybe you're staying in something that's not working because you feel like you have to. Maybe it's sunk cost fallacy, but it's also stagnation and a fear of making that change coming through here as well. Okay, so we're gonna pull You know what? I'm actually going to pull another card for you guys. Because, okay. River of Release. Drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. Yeah, just let it go. Let the worry, the anxiety, the stress about how maybe you will do it, let that go, and let your life get better. Okay. So these won't be for everyone. Okay. But they're for someone. Okay, perfect. That's good. Okay, so yeah, some of you are asking about a guy relationship. This could mean something different for everyone. A fair man, or it could just be a guy in general showing up here over the Ten of Swords. So there's a bad situation with this. Everyone's going to be different, but there is showing up there. Then we have the Bowl, plenty of material things, and that's right over the Queen of Pentacles. So if this is a money problem, you will be okay. And that's coming through here. You will be okay. Now, don't be afraid to sing with the Hangman. When I put the cards down, how they show up is kind of like, that's important to me. Like, I just kind of like use my heart. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. Yeah, so as soon as you decide to let yourself sing, like to move forward, to get your needs met, to start making that action forward, to show up and be present and be visible in whatever this is, once you make the decision to like either not to stop stalling or to stop being a martyr, whatever it is that keeps you in this energy of, you know, needless sacrifice or stalling and not making a move that you should be, you will see that, you know, you will actually overcome it. You will succeed. You will not, like, the challenges will not be too much for you. I know that you worry that maybe it will, but I'm seeing that it's not going to. And then we have Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Some of you, that's going to be that person. Whale, great worry over nothing. What have I been saying the entire time? Great worry over nothing. Maybe you think someone's not going to show up for you, right? Okay, is this saying that they will? Maybe they're in a hard spot. Maybe there's someone that you think isn't going to be dependable who's actually really struggling, right? Okay, pay attention to your work. New home, new attitude. Some of you are getting a new job. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Yeah, some of you are getting a new job and there's anxiety and worry there. But I'm seeing everything's going to be okay. Awesome. Thank you, pile 3. If you enjoyed your reading, please leave a comment down below. Also, all of the decks are going to be down below as well for you in the comment section. Bye. Hello and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we're doing a yes or no pick a card. I'm going to start by shuffling the deck, and this is going to be the main theme or kind of energy in your reading today. Okay. I'm not going to leave these in. These are just going to be kind of extra energies, but the main card we have, oh geez, there's 2. Okay. Great Big Love and Sacred Reverence. Okay, so these are where my relationship people are at. Opening to discovery and waking the lion are here. So I'm going to, like I did with the other piles, I'm going to show you these cards, and you can pause it so you can read it. So we have 26. Okay. Great Big Love. Love without conditions, romantic love, and how that experience changes you, deep and profound harmonious connections, and soulmates. So this is just all about love. Okay, we'll go to 47 as well. Perfect. A Sacred Reverence. All for the truth that spirit is everywhere, inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence, joyful living, exploring possibilities with curiosity, spiritual passion manifesting from the starting point of the realm of spirit. Awesome. I love that for you. This looks awesome. This is talking about how everything has value. Embracing the perfection of how you come together. No matter what you do is in front of you, the person or thing is luminous and your interactions as holy. Do you see everything as individual or do you see it as a whole? Kind of joining with spirit as well. This is beautiful. This is about, you know, for a lot of you, this is going to be about a very strong love. Some of you, this is going to be a brand new relationship, discovering something huge. Some of you, this could also be something you're very passionate about, right? Like you are waking the lion. You are, you're opening the doors to a brand new artistic hobby or career or passion that you love and adore. So that's the energy of the theme that I'm getting for you here for this reading. We're going to start by picking some clarifying cards. Okay, so we have 4 of Swords on top of 5 of Coins. Okay. And then we have Justice. Okay, let's get into it. So, you pile 4, you really, really deserve this. The 5 of Coins tells me, and the 4 of Swords tells me that you've been in this situation that's, kind of sucked for a while. The 5 of Coins is, it's despair, it's hopelessness, right? Like this card, I always love this card, even though I don't tend to love this card like in other decks. I love it in this deck. This is the, can't remember what deck it is, like what the deck name is. It'll be listed down below. But this deck is just a bunch of different stories and myths and a bunch of cultures. And this is the Matchstick Girl. It's a Russian myth, I believe. And she's sitting here in the cold and she sells matches, and I think she's an orphan. And I don't know if you've heard it, but she lights these matches to keep warm. But, she ends up, it's not enough, and it's a really sad ending. But I feel like you've kind of just been left out in the cold, or you feel like you've been left out in the cold, and maybe you're lonely, and maybe you're kind of, really struggling with that, and maybe you've kind of accepted that. The 4 of Swords tells me that this is passing. The 4 of Swords is kind of about, it's kind of like nothing's really happening, but there is some kind of healing going on with that, right? Like the 4 of Swords, let me find it in another deck here. There's rest going on, contemplation going on, and I know some decks talk about healing as well, but here, like it's more like it's a bit more peaceful. So maybe you're getting a bit of respite from this situation, and the Justice here tells me that there is, some clarity coming in, and some just desserts are coming in here, right? So if you've been struggling for a while, that's kind of ending, and you're going to start seeing, kind of a change in your situation here. Okay, so now we're going to pull up some advice cards. Ultimately, this is, I think, for a lot of you, relationships. We have co-creation with Spider Woman here. Although for being a relationship reading, these aren't really relationship-y. This is a lot, but we'll keep them. Okay, so first off, slow down and rest, you need it. Yeah, that's definitely coming through here, and I guess I didn't make that clear enough. You need to rest. You need to just take a breather, take a step back. It will get easier. Things are going to get better. Align your intentions with your actions. That's important. Some of you, the eye, I think, is going to be an important imagery as well. Trust your intuition. She's always right. Yeah. Some of you are, some of you have a very strong intuition and maybe a third eye, and that's coming up here. Like, you know what's right for you. Stop judging and start loving. So this is a relationship reading for a lot of people, and maybe you haven't been in one for a while, or maybe you've been not in a good one for a while, you know, but this is a relationship reading, and it's saying that, you know, if there's some loneliness here, things are going to improve for you. But maybe you need to, you know, just take a step back and just kind of slow down, trust your intuition, take your time with things. Like, you don't need to rush into anything, right? Gold, you don't need someone else to fix you. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to rush into anything. You don't need anyone else to fix you. You know, you're perfect exactly how you are. And so that is, you know, that's also coming through. And use this time, if you're in a place right now where you are feeling kind of lonely and feeling kind of alone, take that time to really contemplate. Take that time to fall in love with yourself as well. And trust your intuition as you move forward here. Take the steps, you know, just align your intentions with your actions as well. And you're not required to be happy all the time. So if this is not a good reading, or maybe you're not in a situation is not the best, you're not required to be happy, right? Like, you don't have to enjoy every part of everything all the time. I'm not going to leave these out, but I'll read them in case they resonate with someone. What you're currently going through is fulfilling a purpose. Now is the perfect time to turn your wish into reality. Align your intentions with your actions. You deserve to feel good for being exactly who you are. You don't need anyone else to fix you. Trust your instincts to guide you towards your truth. Yeah, this reading is just some very strong messages over and over again. And, you know, the cards really, really, really want you to hear these. Yeah. That this dark night of the soul, it's just a waiting period. This is just something that you're resting, recharging, you know, coming back in alignment with yourself, you know, co-creating, you know, the best future for you. Follow your intuition. Take some time. Enjoy where you're at, even if you're not glad to be there. And work towards the future that you want. Are some messages that are really coming through. But you don't have to enjoy where you are to know that you can still work towards the best life for you. Even if it really, really sucks being here. Like, really, really sucks. Okay, so I'm going to pull. I think I'm going to pull another clarifying card for you guys. Oh, I should have used the other deck. Yeah, I'm going to pull with this deck, actually. Okay. Awaken. Yeah. Some of you need to really listen to your intuition. It's like very much so, because it's the journey, because you're being guided towards it. The door's open. You just need to see it, see the signs, see everything that spirit is kind of helping co-create with you here. So I'm going to leave those there. And we are going to pull our yes or no. I'm not sure if I will continue the yes or the no in my readings. Please comment down below if you like them or not. This probably will not apply to everyone, but this is a yes or no for the question that we asked. And a secret will be your downfall. Okay, so that's a no. And then we're gonna pull two final, like, this is kind of like the outcome or, you know, actions to take sort of thing. Okay. There's a lot of cards here, probably too many. So we have the 10 of Swords. It was kind of diagonal, so I think it's kind of like an in-between of everything. Well, that's almost like you're at this place where, like, you have a lot going on, a lot burdening you, but you could just drop it. But maybe you feel like you can't drop it. And maybe you want to drop it, but maybe you don't feel like you really can. Like maybe it's not something you can drop. And that's coming through here. A lot of reversals. Oh my gosh, I've had so many reversals today. Oh man, so many. Okay, almost too many. Like I hate when I see this many reversals because it's just like there's so many cards in the deck. You can get any message you need with just the uprights, but maybe I'll go through it and make everything upright again. Okay, so we see choices and decisions coming in here. Two of Cups to me isn't necessarily like a relationship card. No, wait, sorry, I was wrong. That is the Lovers. I'm getting them confused. Okay, that just confirms to me that a lot of you have a choice about a relationship or relationships coming through here. Yeah, this is very much about relationships with the Two of Cups here. But it's also about unity and connection. I really understand why the Five of Coins came up here. Yeah, and if there's a choice that has to be made, with the two eights coming up here reversed, the Cups and the Swords, if there's a choice that has to be made and a decision to move forward with, I can see why it's asking you to rest, trust your intuition, take your time with it. Maybe there's money problems, or maybe you've lost your sense of who you are, your sense of self. Maybe you're not living the life that you would have chosen right now. Maybe you're put in a place where you don't have the financial stability that you did before. It's coming through with the Nine of Pentacles, because this card upright is about, you know, you are, you know, the it girl. You are you are financially comfortable. You're living a, you know, true to yourself. You are, you know, just able to live a fulfilled life as like an individual, right? It's a solitary card, but not in a good way, right? In a good way. But this is coming through reverse. So there's maybe a relationship, or this could be connection with something else. It could be a friend, it could be a job, it could be a school, it could be family, it could be something else that maybe you kind of want to let go, but you kind of can't let go, right? Like you're kind of stuck with it. It's kind of wearing you down, and you don't, some of you, a lot of you feel like you don't have a lot of support around you. Maybe there's no family or friends. There's just a lack of support and community here coming through, and some of you don't know how to just leave the situation, right? The Eight of Cups is about walking away, great, like choosing to walk away from something that it's no longer serving you, and there's no sadness there, just you know, an acceptance, and there's an inability to kind of to do that, to leave a situation. And you know, with the Eight of Swords here, I can see that there is just this, maybe there's a lack of like a fear of change, a fear of doing it. But the Eight of Swords does give this like self-acceptance. Maybe you're starting to see that part of, because when it's upright, like you're keeping yourself stuck. Like she could just take the blindfold off and walk right out. So maybe you're starting to see that part of it is like, well, you're not that you're choosing to, but it's like, well, there are things that you could do to make it a little bit better. Like you're not as stuck as you feel. And I think a lot of the feeling stuck is because, you know, you don't really want to drop it, or feel like you can drop whatever this is stressing you. For everyone, that's going to be a little bit different. Sorry. Okay, so that's what I'm getting through pile 4. I'm just going to pull some of these cards. I hope this made sense for you. Just let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to pull some of these cards. These won't be for everyone, but they will be for someone. Oh geez, that's way too many. Well, oh, I can't read that many cards. That's too many. Okay, so we're going to do that. So let's begin here. Bird, waiting for news, package, or a letter. Some of you are waiting for something to arrive, maybe from a family, maybe about an event or a celebration, because the Four of Wands is about celebrations, weddings, parties, family get-togethers. Take care. Enemies are working against you. Take that with a grain of salt. I just think it just means that situations are not the greatest around you right now with the Five of Pentacles. Pineapple, reconciliation. Maybe some of you are taking a break with someone right now. A wish is granted. Yeah, so this is just telling me, because it was right on here, that not everyone this is going to be a no. or maybe the no is a good thing. Time to act. Didn't the Waking the Lion come up in this one? Recognition, reward for merit. Yeah, so some of you, like, this is about going after something that you really, 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 really want. If that's the case, then this, I don't think it's a no. I might stop with the yes or the no's. And then Vulture, depression, worry, anxiety. Yeah, I'm getting that a lot here. I think that's where a lot of like the inability to move is coming in, and maybe you feel like you need to make that move. Maybe you feel like you need to, you know, do something, but you don't have to. You can just wait, rest, slow down, take your time until you get the signs of what the best choice is going forward. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Yeah, again, some of you are waiting for something, and maybe you're worried you're not going to get that, whatever that is, right? Some of you it's recognition, some of you it could be a diamond, some of you it's something else, like maybe a word you won't get it. And yeah, it's telling you just to wait, slow down, keep an eye out for the signs and in the way forward that way. Okay, so we have September's coming through here. Obstacles to overcome in hills. Some of you have been working through a lot of stuff since September. Some of you are like deep in the school grind also coming through. And then we have the tea leaf camel. Persevere and you'll overcome everything. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Again, that could just be a situation kind of like blocking you and you have to persevere over it or through it, right? Tent, temporary situation. Yeah, just keep on going, keep on going. Even if you just, you know, don't make a decision or make a choice, you just keep moving forward. Eventually you will overcome your problems. And then again, the eye, trust your intuition. That's come up a lot. Some of you watching this, like, you may not know the right move, and maybe that's part of the frustration because you're so used to knowing where to go. And maybe right now you don't, and that's okay. This is a journey, not a destination, right? You don't have to be happy while you do it. And that's also coming through a lot. Just slow down, right? Just slow down, take your time, be open to the signs, and you don't have to make a choice now, right? Give it some time. Give it some time, keep on moving forward. Things will smooth out. Things will become easier. You know, things will make more sense with time, and that's really coming through here. You don't have to make a decision right now, right? If you feel like, you know, you're in a place where you don't know what to do, that's okay. The cards are saying that's completely okay. Anyways, that's what I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed or did not enjoy your reading. All of the decks I've used are also in the comment cards. See you next time.